Hello YouTube, this is Akos from MTB Videos CY. In this video I will be showing you how to take care of the excess brake cable you might have after upgrading your brakes. In essence, what you need to do is to cut the hose and reconnect it to your brake lever. However, there are a few tips that might save you a lot of time in the long run, and that will help you avoid rebleeding your system. Okay, so first things first, in order to avoid contaminating your brake rotors and your brake pads, I would suggest that you remove your front wear from your bicycle, and in addition I would suggest that you cover your brake caliper. However, before you do that, I will show you a little trick that will help you avoid rebleeding the system once you cut the hose. So in order to avoid rebleeding the system, you need to push your pistons in your caliper as far open as possible. What will this do is it will push all the excess oil from your caliper and your brake hose up to the reservoir located on your brake levers. Alright, so once you do that, we need to make sure that the brake calipers will stay open, and for that Shimano was kindly enough to supply this little yellow plastic with their brakes. So what you have to do is to put this between your calipers as you would do with your brake pads, and in order to make sure that it stays there, secure it with the provided screw. Now you may have noticed that I have removed my brake pads completely from the brake set. This is in order to avoid contaminating them with brake fluid. If a rotor is contaminated, it can be cleaned. Not easily, but it can be done. However, once you contaminate your brake pads, basically you will need to throw them away. To further protect your brake system, I would suggest you just put a nylon bag over the brake and tie it down so it doesn't fall down. Okay, so as I told you earlier, what you need to do in essence is to cut out a section of the hose and reattach the hose to your brake lever. Now, in order to cut the hose, first you need to remove it from your brake lever. So what you need to do is to peel off this little black rubber. You just pull it off, and then using an 8mm key, just unscrew the screw which holds the hose to your reservoir. Now at this point, make sure that you do not press the lever, otherwise oil will spill out your brake lever. Okay, so once you've unscrewed the little screw, pull the cable out. It should take some force, not excessive force though. Once it's out, try measuring how much you need to cut out. Now for the front brake this is quite straightforward, because as you move your steering, the front fork and in essence your brake caliper moves the same way, so the movement of the steering has no effect on the length on the cable. However, for rear brakes this is not the case, because the rear brake cable is attached to your frame, so as you move your steering left or right, the cable will shorten and lengthen accordingly. Once you know how much you need to cut out, use something like a sharp knife or pilers in order to cut the hose. Make sure that your cut is as spot on as possible in order to avoid any leakage. And by spot on I mean clean, tidy cuts. What you need to do next is to take these little parts. This is called an olive. This is called something else, I'm not sure. These came with the brake set. However, you can order online these parts, so if your new brakes don't have this, or you are just using an old system and you just want to shorten your hose, do not worry, you can find these online as well. So what you need to do is to put the cable through your olive, and then you need to get this little needle looking something into your hole on the brake hose. So in order to do that, just try pressing it in, and once you cannot push it anymore with your fingers, then you can use these little yellow plastics. Again, these came with the brakes, and their intended use is to hold the cable like that. So obviously what you will need now is a set of pliers and a hammer to hammer this in. So attach these around your hose and hold them together with a pair of pliers, and then hammer in the needle. So as you can see, it's it looks pretty good. The next step is to reattach the hose. So remember that little olive I was talking about earlier, you need to push it all the way up to the end of the hose. Push your hose into your brake lever as much as you can, and then start screwing the little screw that was holding the hose in. Again, in my case it's an 8mm key, could be different in your case. Pretty much that's it. Wipe any excess oil which might have come out, and once you're finished, you can put back your wheel and check for any leaks. It appears we do not have any leaks, which is good news. It means we have done a good job. So everything seems in order. You can put back this little cup hiding your screw. The process for the rear brake, it's the same. Nevertheless, remember that you need to account for the turning of your steering when you cut down your cable. So keep that in mind, and just repeat the process, and the rest is pretty similar.